this story of a chef that lost weight because he was scared of losing his wife. Now, they got married when he was pretty skinny. And after a while, he put on too much weight because of the food, you know. He was cooking every day and testing and eating cake and eating sweets. So the weight kind of came back. And one time the wife is like, you have put on a lot of weight. And he knew that that right there didn't come out for nothing. So today we want to know, what exactly can you change for your wife? Gift. Have you ever changed for anyone?
I'm not changing for anyone.
Mercy.
What?
Have you ever changed anything about you for your husband?
Yes.
This one I'm going to handle her later. Give me a little bit of time. Otherwise, welcome to the show. You're watching Arise Woman, and I'm Genesis Namale and
Fiftina Kayenga.
And Mercy.
I'm glad you guys are here.
Thank you.
I am smiling, but that doesn't mean that I am happy.
You're smiling?
Yeah. They told us that we should smile. Our conference is here. They told us no pata, no imirira kubo. Ngatoli mukuseka. That is a problem.
Okay.
So let us smile often.
Please.
Otherwise, so that's what we're looking at today. This gentleman changed how he looked because his wife told him, Ogezenyo. She didn't say, I'm going to divorce you.
Yes.
But she was like, you have put on a lot of weight. And he knew it is time for him to get himself in check, for him to be more appealing to his wife. So what do you guys think about changing how you look for your partner? Do you even think it is practical? Is it something that you could do?
Are we talking about the looks? Only the looks?
You know, it would be a lot of
Gift
things.
is so cool. Gift chimusumbuye.
Have you ever changed yourself for it?
Anyone.
But you didn't specify
Yes.
whether it's this or
Yeah, because
this
I don't
or
want
that.
to specify.
True.
You might have changed probably your weight, or you might have changed the kind of the way you dress,
That
or
is
you might
true.
have changed the kind of makeup you do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Have you ever changed anything for your partner, for your boyfriend before?
Yeah, for that I've ever.
No, that is exactly what I want us to look at. Wait. I think that is something that people struggle with a bit. Personally, I had an ex-boyfriend that I was dating, and we started dating when I was pretty skinny. Pretty skinny. And in the course of the
journey.
relationship,
You put on the weight.
Because
now,
you were
this
happy.
man reminded me all the time, like, oh, you've put on a lot of weight. Every time I could put on something, oh, you've put on a lot of weight. Oh, you've put on a lot of weight. And it frustrated me. It made me lose my esteem.
Yes.
But I think that's what I want us to look at. Do you think it's a bad thing to change something about yourself to appease or please your partner?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, it's two-way. Personally, I would say it's good and it's bad, because in relationships they usually tell us you should compromise a bit. That's a compromise, yeah? Like you want things a particular way, but now because of this other person in the picture, you'd want to, you know, loosen like a bit, not to be so strict, because now you are accommodating another person, you know? Because I would give an example. If you're living in a house alone, it's different when you're living in that house with other people. When you buy yourself, you want your things a particular way. You put your cup here, you want it to be there. You've laid your bed a particular way, you want it to be like that. But if other people come in the picture, of course, don't expect where you put the cup, that is where Genesis, that is, she's going to put the cup. How you lay your bed, don't expect her to lay your bed the same way. So I would say, yes, it's good and it's bad.
Before you even go further, sagala tugere ku characters. Characters kali tusoke tuzireke. About yourself.
You as a
Nti
person.
oyambala nnyo obumpi, omwami gwoli naye tayagala bumpi.
About yourself? No. For me, about myself, I don't change myself for anyone. I change myself for me.
Okay, so if at one point you were putting on a lot of weight, probably your boyfriend is like, I think you're putting on a lot of weight, Gift. Would you think it's important for you to cater for how he feels about you, or how he thinks you have put on weight?
No. I don't. If even when I have to cut off the weight, I don't want to do it because of him. I would want to do it because of me. That I feel like now I've put on a lot of weight, or maybe these people are complaining about my weight, but now it's my time. Now it has also settled in that I should cut on the weight.
But you will listen when he says. Would you find it offensive?
No, it depends on how he's saying it. Okay. You understand? Because there is him coming and he's like, you know what, Mercy? For health reasons. Because you understand weight comes with its own baggage. For health reasons, I'm thinking, okay, you know, he'll bring it out the most politest way. If he's brought it out and he's concerned. But if someone comes to you and is like, oh, Mercy, by the way, this weight, I don't like it. Me? I really say no.
But also
I don't really think you need to change who you are, yourself, how you look, how you present yourself for anyone. I don't really think I would agree with that.
But our Genesis, why I would support Mercy, it's this. We usually talk of insecurities, yeah? Or sometimes, that you've put on a lot of weight simply because for him or her, she is in love with the other small Genesis.
Thank you.
Small Genesis. So you don't love the person because of how they look.
Okay, sirika nyabo. Ntegedde nga gift agenda kungambako akagambo. Era mbadde nkulinze. Kati nyabo. Men are visual creatures.
That is
true. I want us to first agree with that.
Yes. I agree.
That they are visual, right?
Yes.
If this man is telling you that gift, okay, no, you can sweeten it the way you want to sweeten it, but either way he's saying or tadeko,
but you see this Genesis,
for health reasons.
If your partner tells you, because I assume you're in love, moyagala, you're in this relationship, so you won. If your partner tells you in the most politest way, trust me, you may not find it offensive. But there is when I'll give you, me in my life, I've met someone who actually told me, you know what, you need to work out, you've put on a lot of weight. You guys, you know what I did? I did the contra. I ate like especially because you've told me this, now I'm going to do the opposite.
Was
so
that a person you were involved
with? That was someone I was, yes, in a relationship with, yes.
So you didn't mind about how he felt about your physical appearance?
Simply because the way he brought it out was offensive. Okay,
that I agree
but
with
also Genesis, if we are looking at, you said men are visual beings, yeah? If men are visual beings, Genesis golaba esawa eno ku myaka gino nga
of course, she's not going to
be the same Genesis that is in the next how many years? Because for abachala, there is what we call the estrogen.
Yes.
There is also menopause kicking in. There is jokomokula. So right now, if you're still young, or those butterflies, or smiling, you can like everything is intact. If that person, I don't want to refute the fact that they are visual beings, because of that, but that means if he's so much into that look, is falling in love with a stage. That after you give birth, it will take the grace of God. That's why you've seen many women run to the gyms because they feel like because they're like maybe you can't.
I think contrary to how you think about it, I will agree to 50 and not agree 50 on that. When I say that men are, when we say often that men are visual creatures, you say, Gift, me as women, me and you, we don't fall in love with the physical appearance of a man. We fell in love with how he acts, we fell in love with how he treats us. Those are the things that we feel. And trust me, that is the same thing that keeps us in the marriage all through. because we know the kind of person. I know my husband is a kind man. My husband is a responsible man. If that man woke up one day and stopped being all those things,
then you lose interest.
Thank you. Now let us go back to the woman. You know, for us women, we project what we want from the men, but we don't want them to project what they want on us. So if a man says, I'm a visual creature, I don't expect him to ozadde abaana basatu ogenda sigala nga wewalinga tonakola ki tonnazaala, but banange, try to take care of yourself.
Definitely.
Now Genesis, that one is different.
Different, so different. Yes.
Indeed. They are the physiological things. Yeah?
The physiological things of
that you do not have control over.
Bw'oba ng'ozadde abaana ng'amabere tegatasobola kuyingira mu kaleega ng'owegaali. Understandable. Tekitegeeza nti teri buleega busobola okukola ki? Kuyingira mu mabere.
Now that's when we shall go back to the caring. But now I wanted to establish the fact that bodies do not remain the same.
I don't disagree with you.
It's what I wanted to establish.
The bodies don't remain the same, but the bodies can be kept together.
That one I agree.
And that is
but
the
I
problem
wanted to
right
establish. It is the problem, but also the problem that men have, or even other women have. Okay, let's see this.
Yes.
You know those things. She's kicked in her menopause. Which comes with a lot of things. They do not get enough sleep. They have a lot of hot flashes. They have a lot of this and that, the mood swings and everything. Trust me, if you are manifesting with almost each and everything in menopause, it's hard for you to have your mind like Genesis, who's not in her menopause. So you don't expect that lady to do life the same way you are doing life.
Now,
physiological.
No one is saying that one, even if it's the man, even him as he grows, his body is going to change. Whether he wants it, he's not going to change the way the woman does, because for us, we give birth to life. So definitely the changes that we have in our bodies are going to really differ. And also men might lose weight easier than we have it. I'm going to give an example of my mother, Gift. My mother is in her mid-50s. She's clocking 60 very soon. My mother watches what she eats. She's not skinny, she's not slender, she's a big woman. But let me tell you, with her bigness, my mother takes good care of herself.
Okay.
Nagezaako okulaba tagenda kufaanana nga nze, tagenda kufaanana nga mmase, kubanga alina abaana bana.
Naye agenda kwefaako mu ngeri.
Naye mu ngeri ye mu myaka gye tetuli mu mugamba nti mami weefeeko nnyo tandika okubeera ne skin ng'eya Genesis.
Naye akikola for herself, talikikolera taatawo.
And that, you know why it's important for you to do it for yourself? This is the thing. If you, I'm not married, but let's say dating, because I date. Yeah? If I am dating my boyfriend and my boyfriend finds me attractive, we can want to agree with it or disagree with it. It is important to us women, for our boyfriends or husbands or fiancés, whatever it is, to find us attractive.
Okay, Genesis, let me first say this. Let me first say this. I'm not saying that all that is not important. Like I said, I was establishing the fact that there is also that bit that we should tap into and know that it happens. But also, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't take care of you as a person. So about that taking care of you as a person, because I believe in your appearance. We usually say, you know, usually people judge you by the cover. Before you say anything, someone has already judged you. So I accept that it's important for us to take good care of us.
Now, first, you know why I'm trying to drag you away from there? It is because we are not talking about you alone. At this point of time, we are talking about your partner. We are talking about your partner. It is important that your partner finds you attractive. If your partner finds you attractive, yeah, even you feel good about yourself, and even your bedroom life will be good.
Okay.
If you are not comfortable with yourself and how you look, it lowers your self-esteem. Especially if your fiancé or your boyfriend or your husband does not find you attractive. You will feel it. At all, men are very funny. Ayinza obutakyogera n'akugamba nti negwe nno ennaku zino
ayinza obutakyogera naye abe nga ayogera obukoona naye nga takijeyo nti that is a point of discussion.
Naye ng'olaba ng'akuba kuno olaba ng'omuntu akuba do something if you can, if it's in your control, yeah, do something. Si muntu kugamba nti gwe enyindo yo ya round njagala efuke ki straight, that's another thing. Si muntu kugamba nti gwe akabinako katono nnyo kati njagala kakole ki kageje, you know, let it grow big. I think it is good if we are in sync.
Okay, in sync, then I would say waliwo byoyinza okukola ne byotayinza kukola wadde patanawo abyagala Genesis. I would give you an example. Someone was telling me that someone was saying that my wife pretended.
Okay.
Yeah, pretending
until we went through the whole process.
Yeah, yambala bintu biwanvu. Kuba yamanya njagala abakazi abambala ebiwanvu. So omukyala nayambalanga ebintu ku dates zonna ze bagendangako nga agira mu biwanvu. Then he says, naye naba mutuuse waka bw'ati bannange mukazi yambala obuntu obubi kubanga ali amanyi kati afunye siina. You get it? So that person pretended. But it's important omuntu okumulaga nti nze n'ebimpi mbyambala oba ndi wa bimpi.
Osiganya ate okunkutteko.
So this is the thing. Nti ate bw'osanga nga omuntu omukyala, let me say omukyala, ng'ali comfortable mu bintu ebiwanvu, you don't have to really push them to the wall of start putting on short things. Kuba gwe byoyagala omwami, you should also want to value their, I would even call them boundaries.
Speaking about kubanga very many times nange manyini Genesis kama kwogera gwe tasobola kujja ku bimpi. I know how to look at a man and I'd be like, anyway, I can manage, I can change how he dresses. We say it, don't we?
Well, yeah, you said that.
I don't want you to say you, we, my gender.
Our gender, we say it.
We say it very many times because olabanga yambala ebipale bitategereke. Kanaye gumanyi he's a good man. You know that, but I know if we are together, I can try to work around his wardrobe.
And the only way you can
I can try to check that, you know, I can check in a little bit. So why do you think the man shouldn't check in?
Check in. A man can
like in your
dress code. Genesis could dress code. This is something
it's a very important thing. Yeah.
Kati omusajja talina bya exposing. Naye just imagine omuntu obulamu bwe bwonna ye amanyidde bintu biwanvu. She doesn't put on short things. Ate omugamba nze njagala nga toyambala kisuka wano. That means you're going to give that person a hard time. Oba kigenda kukuleetera ate gwe okutandika olowooza ku muntu ayambala byoyagala kuba ono tasobola kuwa ekyo. But then it would be a good thing to just appreciate that person nga bw'ali. Nti ebiwanvu ate birimu ebika osobola omugamba kale wadde oyagala ebiwanvu at least kakabeere nga kawanvu ne
kati wawamwagala kuokinga oba toyagala biwanvu.
Nati ebiwanvu birimu ebika mwaliwo ayinza okwambala oguwanvu nga nagwo teguli awo. Kati ebiwanvu
naye olaba omuntu aba ayagala ebintu ebiwanvu like gift if a man
a sense of style and there are people who put on
okay, let us say they have sense of style with there. Let us go with the having sense of style with your long things. If you find a woman, this is now where the part I don't agree with. Like, I believe in you trying to accommodate each other as partners and find each other attractive, just the way I could want you to change a little bit of things about yourself that are practical and are easy to do. I would expect myself to do the same thing. But also there are certain things that are untouchables. If you have found me, I am a fleshy girl. I am not skinny. I don't look like a model. You have seen me like this. I have fat cheeks. I have thighs. And then you want me to start looking like Tyra Banks. You want me to start looking like Kardashian. Then we have a problem. Because when you saw me, you must have seen the Kardashians also. Don't wait for us to go 3-4 months down the road of dating, otandike, but maybe you should cut some weight, maybe. You found me exactly.
But what I don't understand is at the time when you just, because if in a relationship, nga muli just dating, you know, I don't think you've reached a point to make those sacrifices for your partner.
Those shouldn't be sacrifices as you're bringing them. Let's not call them sacrifices as such, okay? Let us say...
Because Genesis, I believe by the time you're changing something about yourself, okay? Because if I understood, you're changing something about yourself.
Akwogedde.
Oshagala, it's yes, you change because of
Mercy, you change.
No.
like omirimu batya. No, seriously, like invudde wembeera ngende
Okay, let me
mbeera
give you an
gy'obeera.
example.
No, emirimu gye tukolera nti osanze company ina values west.
Olina okukyuka accordingly.
It was my dream company.
Because
But
I
to change something.
yes, you can change, but
That's it.
but this is a relationship, you guys.
And
Yes, even the work is a
a
relationship.
relationship fuels that job.
Thank you. Let me give another example. When I'm
In
on
a
the Health Morning
relationship.
Show, I'm going to speak different. I am not going to be out here crossing my legs. I am a complete character when I'm in that Health Morning Show. If I'm here, there are certain things I can speak openly. There are certain things I'm not going to speak on the morning show. Because those are two different people. So change is required in all aspects of our lives. And we should be flexible enough to do it. Let me go back to Mercy.
Nzenganye.
Mercy, when you were getting married.
For me, let me tell you something. I look at it, if I am to change something in my relationship, really, nina okubanga nina wentuse n'omuntu. Okitegeera?
Kati onategeera otya nti ogenda tuukawo.
Because like you've spent your time with this person, okitegeera, mwetegeera. But you're not going to just come up and change something, then out of the blue, mugenda kwawukana.
What changes are we talking about, for example? Nakutandika kintu.
Omusajja akusanze oli munene, muli mwembi, okitegeera, n'akugamba kati njagala okugge, okitegeera, oba kale akugambye ennyambala yo tensanyusa, omaze ebbanga ki naye?
Kati, I think what Mercy is saying is...
But if you remember you see what you said, because you were like in a relationship. Isn't that what you said?
Let's say this again. I was speaking and I said, when you meet Mercy, when she has that weight, you don't walk 2 months around with Mercy. You manage to find her attractive. Mwenyini n'ogenda n'omukwana. Ate kati n'omala n'ogamba nti kati ate Mercy, now that we're in a relationship kati kola ki sala weight. That is what I have a problem with. What I don't have a problem is, Mercy, you have found me when I'm Genesis's size. We are down the months into marriage or dating, whatever it is, yeah? And I've put on a lot of weight. And maybe my partner simply says, you know what, Janice, I think you have put on maybe why don't you, how do you think about us going to the gym? How do you think about us maybe trying a little bit of dieting, you know, so that you can try to manage your weight? I feel like otandi sokola chi, okuteka on your weight. Men, by the time the man attracted you looking like gift, it means he has a thing about women who are intact. It doesn't mean he doesn't know that togenda kula. It doesn't mean tamanyi nti ojja kuzaala abaana okulechi ochuuke. Achimanyi, let me say, I have seen married men, yeah, with bakazi babwe nga bakuze balina wrinkles, and let me tell you, they are so proud of their wives. And it doesn't mean he's a perfect man. I'm not saying he's perfect. People know what they're dealing with in their marriages, and that's your problem. But you will see that this man is really amazed to show off his wife. And let me tell you, she doesn't have a flat tummy. She's not dressed the sexiest in the room. But there is that way she has kept herself in check that makes her husband
but also
adore
Genesis,
it.
I want to say something. We're looking at what you can change. Change, as the word change.
Yes, change.
Change, chigambo chinene, nyo.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Chigambo chinene. And we're looking at the change in a relationship that I'm dating with this person, or I'm in a relationship with this person, and maybe I feel like maybe I have to walk a certain way, I have to have my body a certain way, and all those things. And they usually say that it's hard to choose someone.
Thank you.
It takes God's grace to change the person. You know why? You know why?
Tell me.
Because there is what we call a personality.
Okay.
Personality y'omuntu. Y'omuntu yena Masa is a particular personality. You are a particular person, and I am. That person you're dating or in a relationship with has a particular personality. And those personalities are not built overnight.
Yes.
Those personalities are built from childhood from the past experiences, the exposure, like they are built. Nti kati gwe omuntu omulabye emyezi 6 mu mwaka, you want to change them. So you're not changing that, you're changing that, actually you're struggling to change the personality. Yeah, okay. It's something I feel like that we should put into consideration. Every time you try so hard, you know why? Because she was taken to the extreme. Okay.
To answer to that, you talked about the word personality.
Okay,
let's stick to personality first.
So me saying the personality part of it, I wanted to mean that we need to be very careful when we want to change particular things about us, or we want other people, our partners, to change certain things. Yeah. Because some of the changes are going to be authentic, others are not going to be. You know why? Because I want to attract the moment.
Okay, allow me first to go back to personality. You said something really true, that personalities are built with time. When someone meets you, Gift, Faiza wakulabira eri nga tanna kujja kulaba personality yeyo gyoyogerako asooka kulaba ki?
Kino kyennyini.
Nze sinnayogerako ku personality. Personalities are things that I believe are unchangeable. You change character.
Eri physical.
Twogera ku characters ze tubeera nazo. Togenda tukyusa Gift ogambe kati Gift njagala otandika kwogera nga British woman. You know what? May I love that British accent, Gift. It turns me on. So from today onwards, please. Gift is a Ugandan girl. That is her, that the personality she has. Bwacho bwayogera. Togenda kyusa Gift atandika kwogera nga British woman. Chengamba to change are characters that we have. You see how we say that a man, you have you seen women who say, I dated that man for 8 months. Ngomusajja tayagala baana.
Okay.
8 years. Ngomusajja tayagala baana, tayagala kuzaala. And then a man meets a woman and looks at that woman and says, you know what? I want to have children with this woman. That woman didn't change. That man decided to change for something he saw in that what? In that woman. Something he found attractive, that you who has been dating him for 8 years. So what we are looking at are characters. Things, physical things and characters that we pick up in the line of growing, that sometimes to accommodate healthy relationships, we might need to change. Okay. You said, there's something you said about, were you talking about growing up?
The experiences.
Now, those are characters that we can change. And you know, those are characters that you can change that are going to help you have a healthy relationship. If you've decided to get married, you're now living together, there are things he will have to sacrifice and change about themselves to accommodate a healthy what?
That's why we say there is a compromise part of it. So you might not. But this is what I wanted to mean about the personality. And now that you've brought in the character, yeah? Sandy yagadde omuntu yenna okwetwala speed about changing anything for their partner, whether in marriage or in a relationship. You know why? Every time you stretch yourself towards, especially these things of change, you break, you lose it.
Yes.
Either emotionally or even it can manifest.
Yeah, I think it's toxicity, just speaking. You know why I say it's toxicity? Sometimes, sometimes, nti wali abantu abalina toxic characters, Gift. Toxic characters ezo nga zezimulesa relationship esooka na jumpinga mu yokubiri naye nga asigala yewaga, that is who I am. No, there are things that we have to change about ourselves to be able to accommodate healthy relationships, and that is if we are willing to actually have good relationships with people. Okay,
now that I agree that there are things that we're supposed to change about ourselves to accommodate any kind of relationship, either in a friendship, in a romantic, whatever relationship. But also we should also accept that there are certain things that you can't just change. But I think what we need to establish is what are some of those things that someone can really change about themselves. Kubanga bonna yogera ku change, oyogedde ku accent, oleja gamba shaka necho nino kikyusa. Shaka nino kukyusa weight yange. Shaka nino kukyusa kino. Maybe I need to change my wardrobe. Maybe this. So maybe we should highlight what are some of the things that you can, now that you've brought about the point of the character. if you say character, character is too broad, like it's a big thing, yeah? Someone would want to understand what is it about character?
Character is...
Because character is something that we can work on.
Yeah. And I'm glad you have said that's the word. When we talk about changing yourself, particular characters about yourself, it is also going to be determined by the kind of partner that you have.
Okay.
Kubanga sisobola kugamba nti kino ino chichusa kino ino chichusa kino chichusa gwe tunulira partner ogwolina. You know, look at your partner, look at the kind of relationship you want to build with your partner. Look at him olabe oba he's worth building a healthy relationship with. If you find that person is worth building a healthy relationship with, then it is very inevitable for you to change certain things about yourself, depending on the kind of what? Of person that you have, but the kind of partner that you have. When I was telling you that I was dating this man that constantly talked about my weight, now this is the funny thing. I stopped dating him, and then I started dating someone else. Now, in the course of that relationship with the onomusajja teyangamba konti Genesis oli munene. But when he met me, he found me intriguing by the way I look. Now, in the course of my relationship with him, I actually started eating more healthy because of the food choices that he introduced me to. So, teyangamba nti oli munene. He introduced me to certain things. So, I started this particular way of eating, the kind of foods I was eating. And because of that, I kind of lost weight. But there's something that happened during that time. I found my esteem. I found myself feeling more comfortable with myself. I loved myself more. Now, those are things I didn't tell him. But these are things I felt within me as a person. I felt myself looking better in clothes, and I loved how I was looking. I even broke up with this ninja. I did. But guess what? The things that I picked up, the way I felt after losing that weight, I loved how I felt about myself. And also, during that moment we were together, it helped the relationship in its own way. I knew he found me more attractive as a person. He for some reason found me intriguing, and because he found me attractive, even me, I felt good about myself. To be with someone that I know for sure 100% finds me what? Attractive. So I think as Genesis, being in a relationship with someone, while you're in control over it, and you can manage to do it, and if you want the relationship to work, of course there are limits to it. Of course,
in control.
Kubanga gift nuone agamba Genesis kati Genesis njagala obene busting and neno yagala njijewa. Ngende musajja njifune. Yeah,
byoli mu control, the things that you can change about yourself. The things that you can change about yourself, those ones you can do. But the things that you can't, don't be pushed to the extreme. Yeah? I think the challenge that we have nowadays is people being pushed to the extreme because they have to please the partners or to fit in the relationship, to be like, now I think if I do this, I'll look more attractive. You can even do that. You can get the bust, you can get the bum and everything, and still look unattractive.
True.
So the things that you can change, and also those things have to be impactful to you as a person.
Yes.
You have to flourish and feel good about those particular things. If you talk about the character, if you work on your character, tezimba pata nawo yeka, nawe kuzimba. So whatever it is that we want, I don't change anything for anyone, I change it for me.
Yourself.
So whatever I do for me, if I love my boyfriend, if I love my fiancé, my husband, that means because he's me, like I love him, is part of me. So that means I'm doing it for us. It's not
us. Kubanga at the end of the day, I've influence ya man. You know why? I've influence. Lwakuba at the end of the day, ojja kuba okimanyi mu bwongo bwo bulungi nti omwami wange ono yansanga nga ndina engeri gye ndimu, naye kati ze akomayo wakaze nandi eri So we can agree that these are things that actually we women feel entitled to sometimes, and then we just think I can just be.
No, that's a bad perspective. Let me tell you something. I was talking to a lady, and then she was telling me of how her home is messed up. You know why? Because of the maid. So I had to ask her, when a maid Nemugamba okay omuntu bwatunulira amakago bawajjaawo agamba gani anonya maid anonya gwe nangamba anonyaze nemugamba so how would you say it maid akutamize wakao akonedde ennyumba yo akonedde like how you're the owner of that house like you're in charge whatever you can't instill you in her kyonna kyeyajja nakyo nga y'omuntu kyagenda okuwa you can only do a little kumulaga nti bambi simula bwoti bambi kola bwoti you get it so I was basically telling her that you have to take ownership of your home and everything in your home so I think most of us like Jesse said she's not married some of us are not married but I feel like one of the things is to be in control. Every time you live mediocrity, every time you that means you're not in control.
You're not in control of yourself.
And if you're not in control of yourself and your surroundings, you look very unattractive and you are as good as a patient in.
But I didn't expect you to say that. But yes, I think we can round it up that sometimes we, in all relationships that we engage, we sacrifice something.
That's true.
Sacrifice is part of the relationship. Now, how far this sacrifice goes is the thing. Now, me, there are certain things that I will not want you to lie to you that I'm going to change about myself. Now, if you tell me that I'm going to be putting on Gomez, there's a time we're going for a burial. Mami nangamba at Genesis, she calls me Janice, meanwhile, not Genesis. Janice, yes, Mami, there's a Gomez there in my bedroom. It's done that you should put on for who? Nanga maneda together for a burial. Who's a mommy? Nasirika samudam nachogera paka yalaba simuddamu jenali yonna so she looked for me madam I told you there's a gomesi that time is going mami sigenda tijja kwambala gomasi tijja akolaki tijja kujambala mpe ekitenji mpa I gave her all the other options she can go ahead and give me so that I can be decent enough, but I'm not gomessing myself. Now, I can put on a gomesi. That day I didn't want to, but what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to meet a Muslim man and change my faith. Those are some intangibles. It is untouchable. My faith, it's just the way you meet a Muslim man and you expect him
to change to Christian.
To turn and become a Christian. Onsanze njagala ebiwanvu mbyambala wemba njagadde naye ebimpi mbyagala
ebimpi kantuko obuntu bwo
kale buntu bwange munayo obuntu obwo kati gwojo ngambe oti Genesis okimanyi ennaku zino if you are going to date you should check in how you dress ebintu ebimpi sikola kisi byagala genda onyunyanya ayambala sharia wandaba nga nyambala ebimpi and you will not be with me for 3 weeks. It's impossible. In fact, if you see me putting on a palette today, tomorrow you will see me putting on a skirt which is short. Then the other day you will see me putting on the same thing. It is the many in the closet. So togenda gama mbute wachiraba. But I can be good to you know adjust sometimes. Into why Genesis there togenda aba in-laws. I know how to dress up for the in-laws. I'm not going to change that I love putting on short things and I can put them on. But I can adjust accordingly.
To fit in. To actually have a good relationship.
Can I give you a good couple? I have a people who speak about cups, when you're hearing them giving examples and they can go to as something as small as a cup, then umanya kati yogera musanga mu nyumba ye wateka akakopo ke bwati. Why are you guilty?
She wants her to look at
akakopo wakateka bwati nga kafesinze bwe kati wona akakwata kagenda tegeera.
Namanja komoka kyuse nkazi.
Agenda gamba naye tawero yange tsagire senge najire senga najizinze bwenti kati bwenti bwejagana. Guess what? You're going to start living with someone who actually looks at things differently from you. So I think change, we can agree.
Yes, it's necessary.
And there will always be things
at all levels. But in the next 2 years you have to change them.
Or as you move actually.
As you move.
There's always something that will cause you to change.
But also we should know that change is a process. Yeah? And for some people they get too comfortable in the process. Very comfortable. But I feel like that is not a good thing. Yeah, you shouldn't get too comfortable in the process of you changing yourself. Yeah, because I believe by the fact you choose to change something, you are attaching intentionality on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so. But as you take on the process, just don't get lost in the process. Most of us get lost. So as you are attaching intentionality for you to change something about yourself, for your partner, for the both of you, don't get lost. Make it your job to accomplish it.
As we get closer to finalizing, I'm going to ask each of you. See the smile on Gifty's face. Okay, I'll start with Mercy. Mercy, you're a married woman now. Tell me something you changed or sacrificed for you to be able to have a much healthier and happy relationship with your husband.
Wow. It is not physical, it is a character.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so like you said, a couple. I love that perfectionism, and I think that perfectionism was not him, you know. And I think I had to learn to be disorganized, just like he's disorganized. And to me, it is something that has, like, in the beginning, chansumbua. But later on, I've come to adjust to it, and I'm comfortable, actually.
With it?
Yeah, I'm actually comfortable.
So it has helped the relationship be at a more
Yes,
fair
because
place.
I am not overly criticizing. Now I left this cup here, now you've taken it this side. Now why do you come and drop your socks in here when you have to put them in the laundry basket? Now, you know, like, I stopped fighting it, and I told myself, you know what, Mercy?
And you decided to just pick up after him?
No, not even like literally pick after him, but like I decided to get comfortable with it, you know. I told myself, now, okay, I have been dropping them in the laundry basket, but it's okay, they can sleep over here today, and tomorrow I'll put them in the laundry basket. You understand? So the fact that I let go of the perfectionism in me, I changed my character.
Okay, I hope if it's working for the marriage and it's a fair square for you guys.
I think I'm no longer actually. You know, I feel like people who try to make themselves so perfect, they body the most imperfect people.
Okay, Gift, tell me that one thing that you have sacrificed or changed about yourself to make a relationship you've had work.
My exes.
How many are they?
There are many.
Okay.
Give me one. Okay, give me two. We're gifting Kwesiga. Give me two. I trust my friend. Give me two. That you have changed or sacrificed, or there's something you liked and you sacrificed it.
Have I changed anything? Such a marry is a shame.
I think you're going to...
You've not changed anything. You've not sacrificed nothing.
I sacrificed something.
That's something there I want to know.
The something is...
Don't kill me on the show, but tell me.
Your time.
Gift, tell me, what did you change?
I studied. What?
And she said it here on air. Do you remember?
I went back to school.
Yeah, as she waited.
As I waited.
The time I remember.
What else do you want, Genesis?
I wanted better. I think with me it was simply more of, well, I tried for 2 days. I think I tried 3 days to sacrifice Nevigana. So
let me see.
So far. But
okay.
Honestly, I have tried. But I'm not telling you not to sacrifice. That's what
I
sacrificed.
Apart from school,
I know. They don't tell them.
I even went and cooked for that guy.
I sign out.
Yeah, you should.
I'm out.